All right, guys, today we're going to predict who wins the World Cup. All right, let's go. All right, now you guys should be able to see it as well. So this is the World Cup bracket, okay? And today we're going to be predicting who wins the World Cup. Let's see if we can do it, all right? Now, let's go with Group A first, okay? Group A, not the most interesting group, but Mexico are the hosts. South Africa looks like a strong team. Heung-min Son and Czechia from Europe. They barely qualified, but they did qualify. Okay, so I'm gonna go. You know what? This is a tough group to predict. I'm gonna go with. Mexico are the hosts. That doesn't mean that they're the strongest team, though. Okay, so I'm gonna go with. Oh, it's a toss up. I'm gonna go with Mexico at number one. Okay. Who am I going to go with number two? Czechia is a strong team, so I'm going to go with Czechia. Okay. Heung-min Son's Korea. I think they're going to be number three. So that means South Africa is number four. Sorry, South Africa. I hope number three South Korea can make it to the next round as well, because number three will be going. Well, the strongest 8 teams who place number three will be going to the next rounds of the World Cup as well. So let's go with Group B. Canada are hosting the World Cup, co-hosting with the United States. But I think Switzerland is the strongest team in this particular. This was the easy one, okay? I think. Oh, I don't know. I think Bosnia. They did defeat Italy. So I'm gonna go with second Bosnia. Okay. Now this one is difficult. All right, it's the former hosts Qatar versus the current hosts Canada. I think the Canadians are going to have home advantages in this one, so I'm gonna go with Canada, number 3. Now Group C, this is where things get spicy. And I think obviously Brazil is going to be number 1. Former World Cup champs, Brazil. Joga Bonito, that is just a tap in, okay? Now, for Morocco, I think they're going to be number 2. Morocco is a strong team. African Cup of Nations champion. So I'm going to go with Morocco. Scotland, a very strong team, but just third. I think they're going to go to the next round. Definitely going to go to the next round. Host nation, United States. 80% of the World Cup happening in the USA. Now, Turkey though. Turkey is a strong team. Is it stronger than the USA? I don't know. But I think USA just edges this one out. I think they're gonna be equal on points. So that means Turkey would be number 2. Is it gonna be Australia or is it gonna be Paraguay? I think that's the real question over here. Who's going to be out? I think, you know what? I think it's going to be Australia who's going to go through to the next round. Or number 3. I don't know. Still going to be number 3 though. Okay, now let's move on to Group E. Of course, number 1 is going to be Germany. Okay, now this is difficult. Okay. I think Ecuador go number 2. And I think number 3 is Ivory Coast. They just won their friendly against France right now. Okay, so I think Ivory Coast number 3, but they do go to the next round of the World Cup. Okay, and Curacao, unfortunately, they're out of the World Cup. They're small, they're new, they're debutants, but still, yeah, they're out of the World Cup in the first round. So now let's move on to the Group F, which has Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Okay, this is not that easy to predict, but I do think the Netherlands are going to be at the top of the group. Number 2 is between Japan or Sweden. So it has to be, I think, because Sweden is, Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres. They have a strong attacking lineup with Anthony Elanga as well. So I'm going to give it to Sweden. I think between the third places, Japan and Tunisia. I think Japan edges Tunisia out on this one. Okay. All right. Now, Group G: Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Okay. Now then, this is an interesting one. I think Belgium is the strongest team in this group, so they just have to be number one. It's between Egypt and Iran. Okay, so Iran is going to be facing a lot of, I don't know, negativity in this World Cup. I think maybe that fuels them. But Egypt has a very strong side. I think Egypt is going to be number two. Iran is, in my opinion, is going to be number three, and New Zealand is the weakest side in the group. I don't think they go to the next round of the World Cup. It'll be a very big surprise if they do. Group H: España, Capo Verde, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Okay, I think I don't even need to explain why, but Spain is going to go to the next round and they're going to be top of the group. I think Uruguay with Federico Valverde and some other great players in that squad are going to be number two. You know what? Saudi Arabia has been developing their football. Ronaldo, Benzema, and other big stars, top players in the Saudi Pro League. I think this World Cup we're going to see some of that. So I think Saudi Arabia is going to be number three. Unfortunately for them, I think they might even give us a surprise, but I'm not sure. Cabo Verde is out of the World Cup, unfortunately. Now, Group I. Oh, the group of death. The group of death. Group I. I think France is the obvious winner. Although they lost against the Ivory Coast, that squad is crazy. Mbappé, Olise, Desiree Doué, Ryan Cherki, Dembele, Bradley Barcola on the bench. Oh my days. So France is packed with talent. Now the number two team. Okay. Now Senegal is a very strong side. Norway, the debutants. This is their first World Cup. But they have Erling Haaland and they have Martin Odegaard. I think those two are going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to go Norway on this one. Of course, I'm going to go with Sadio Mane's Senegal. They're also, they won the African Cup of Nations, but it got taken away from them. I'm not going to comment and I'm not going to go into the details, but I think Senegal deserves to be either second or third, but I'm going to give them a third on this one. And Iraq, unfortunately, is out of the World Cup. So there you go. Group J. I think Argentina is just a tap-in. The world champions. I think they're just going through. Number 3, Algeria, Austria, Jordan. Now, I personally think Algeria is a very strong side. Austria, very strong side. This is difficult to predict. But I think I'm going to go with Algeria on this one. I think that they are a very strong squad. African sides are going to be surprising a lot of us. So I'm going to go with Algeria. And then maybe this is wrong, but Austria is going to be number 3. Jordan, unfortunately, is out of the World Cup. Sorry, Jordan. Now, Group K, the GOAT and his group. So basically, this is just tap in. Portugal are going to top the group. They might even go to the final. Let's see though. I think Colombia is also a tap in. This is, I think, the easiest group to predict. I think Uzbekistan is going to be number 3 and Congo DR. There you go. Now, England, on the other hand, I think England are going to. Well, it's an interesting squad. I think England has the potential of winning the World Cup, but did they take the right players with them? Well, we'll see. I think England is definitely going to top the group over here. I think Croatia or Ghana. Oh, Croatia. I think Croatia still edges it, even though their players are a bit old now. I think Croatia still edges this one. I think Ghana is going to be number 3. Okay, now Panama is out of the World Cup. Okay, so take the best third place teams. Okay, so I think out of all of these teams, okay, this is the top 8 go to the next round. So I think it's definitely going to be Senegal. I think definitely Senegal. I think Iran. I think Senegal. I think Iran go through as well. Oh, does Japan go through though? I don't know. I don't know about Japan though. It's gonna be difficult. I think Ivory Coast are gonna go to the next round. I think Scotland will go to the next round as well. They're strong, although their group is very difficult. I don't know. The next ones, it's just a toss-up, dude. I think Ghana can make it. Saudi Arabia, do they make it to the next round? Ooh, I think Austria do. Austria is a strong team. I think they'll find a way to get to the next round as well. Oh, I think I'm gonna have left Canada. Ooh, this is gonna be difficult to predict. I think Saudi Arabia. Okay. Okay, last team. Oh no. Is it going to be Son or is it going to be Japan? Japan actually has a good history in the World Cup. So I'm gonna go with. Ooh, it's between Korea or Japan. I think I'm gonna go with Japan. All right. The groups are completed. Round of 32. Let's go. Who goes through? Germany or Scotland? Oh my days, this is difficult. I don't know. I really don't know. I think Germany. Sorry, Scotland. This is a tough one because Scotland is a good team. I think between France and Japan, I think France go through. In the Los Angeles Stadium, Czechia versus. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Czechia with this one. Netherlands versus Morocco. Okay, this is gonna be difficult to predict. You know what? I'm gonna go with Morocco. Last year, Morocco were in the set. Not last year, but I think last World Cup, Morocco were in the semifinals. So this time they have a better squad, and they are the World African champions. So African Cup of Nations champions. So I will go with Morocco. All right, now in the Toronto Stadium, we have Colombia versus Croatia. Okay. Now, who goes to the next round? I don't know, man. I think it's going to be Croatia. I think it's Luka Modric's last World Cup. He's going to give it his best. Spain versus Algeria. I think it's going to be Spain. Okay. Now, USA versus Austria. Okay. No. Austria is strong. But is it that strong? It's USA. It's the home nation. I think USA goes through. Yeah, I don't think Austria is gonna beat USA. I think they will just edge it. Belgium versus Saudi Arabia. I think this is the ceiling for Saudi Arabia this year as well. So I think Belgium goes through to the next round. Brazil versus Sweden. Okay, Houston Stadium. Now, Selecao, I think Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti, they just have to go through. Norway versus Ecuador. What an interesting match. Okay. Ecuador, a strong team, but Norway with that attack, I think they could just just edge this one out. I think Norway has the star power to beat Ecuador, so I'm gonna go with Norway. Mexico versus Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know, man. I think the Ivory Coast just manages to beat Mexico. Although Mexico is a host nation, Ivory Coast is a strong, strong team. I think Ivory Coast goes through. The hosts are not gonna like this one. England versus Senegal. Oh my days. This is a tough game. This is a very tough game. You know what? I think it's coming home. You know what? Maybe for the round of 16 is coming home. So I think England is going to be facing Ivory Coast. Miami Stadium, the defending champions versus Uruguay. I think Argentina is definitely going to win this one. There's no stopping Messi in this one. Turkey versus Egypt. What a match. How did this happen? Really? Turkey versus Egypt? Oh no. I think Arda Güler, Barış Yılmaz. I think that Turkish side has it. I think this year Mo Salah is not working with Liverpool. I think Turkey goes to the round of 16. All right, Switzerland versus Iran. Okay, so this is an interesting match. Iran, obviously, they're going to be under scrutiny with this World Cup. But Switzerland is always there. Switzerland is always consistently performing in the World Cup. Oh no. You know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction in this one. This is more than just a game. This is Iran winning against Switzerland. Okay, Portugal. With that star-studded squad, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo, and so many more. I think Portugal are going to win against Ghana. Now, start again. Germany versus France. Oh my days. Okay, this is a match. This is a match. I think even though this is a very interesting match, I think we all know who's going to win this one. It's going to be that monstrous team of France. Okay. Morocco versus Czechia. I think this time, this match is going to be easier for Morocco. I think Morocco goes through in this one. Czechia, I think they should be considering themselves lucky that they're even in the round of 16. Croatia versus Spain. Luka Modric versus Lamine Yamal. I think obviously Spain is stronger than Croatia. So I think Spain goes through in this one. Definitely, 100%. Belgium versus the United States. I think actually this is going to be a very tight match. But I think the ceiling for the United States, I don't think the home support is enough for them to beat Belgium. So I'm going to say Belgium just edges it out in this one. Moving on to Brazil versus Norway. Oh my days. Carlo Ancelotti. Brazil. Vini Jr. versus Erling Braut Haaland. What a difficult match this is to predict. Oh my days. I think Norway are the debutants, but I don't think they have the quality to beat Brazil. So I'm going to go with Brazil on this one. Now, Ivory Coast versus the mighty Three Lions. England. Yeah, definitely England. I don't think this is that difficult to predict. But knowing England, anything is possible, dude. I might be very wrong with England, to be honest. Turkey versus Argentina. Turkey has had a very good run. I think the world champions are going through. Messi is going to play in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Portugal versus Iran. You guys already know what I'm going to predict. Iran had a great run, but it's the next match. Everybody's going to go for the next match. Everybody's going to look at the quarterfinals. So I'm going to have Portugal going to the quarterfinals because I want to see that match. And I know you want to see that match as well. Let's go back to the quarterfinals, guys. It's going to be France versus Morocco. A very tough match, but we all know who's going to win this one. I think France might just go all the way. France is too strong. This team is just too strong. And I think they are going to the semifinals of the World Cup. Los Angeles Stadium. Spain versus Belgium. You know, I think Spanish quality is unmatched in this World Cup. Rodri, Lamine Yamal, Gavi, Pedri, Nico Williams, Ferran Torres, Oyazabal. That team is going to beat the likes of Belgium. I don't think that's even a debate. But it's a World Cup, anything can happen. I think this match, Belgium will definitely lose. Okay. Brazil versus England. I'm wearing a Brazil shirt right now, but I'm actually an England supporter. So I'm going to be a bit biased. Although Carlo Ancelotti might cook with this Brazilian team, but I think England still has enough to beat the Brazilian side. I think Thomas Tuchel will find some potential in that side. And England go through to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Now then. Okay, this is the match. This is the match that the whole world has been waiting for. We have been waiting for this match for decades. Argentina versus Portugal. Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. The battle of the GOATs. Oh my days. I'm actually too scared to predict this match. I think that it's time. It's finally time, guys. I think Ronaldo is finally beating Messi. Portugal to go into the semi-finals of the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, what a World Cup semi-finals we have. If this goes exactly as I predicted, we're going to be in one hell of a show. Okay, this is going to be one hell of a show. I really hope it goes like this. I want it to go like this. It's going to be France versus Spain. But who wins the World Cup? Who wins the final? I don't know. Too much star power in that French side. Too much magic in that Spanish side. Can France go to the third consecutive final? Will Kylian Mbappé win it? They will go to the final. They're going to beat Spain. That French team is just too overpowered, guys. Oh my days. This one. England versus Portugal. Guys, I know what you guys are thinking. Portugal is just strong. It's Ronaldo's year. But England is my favorite team. England is my team. I gotta be unbiased. Should I be unbiased? I don't know. This is the World Cup. 6 decades. England has not won the World Cups for 6 decades. Are we going to see a new World Cup winner with Portugal? I don't know. I think Portugal are more hungry than England. It's going to be France versus Portugal in the final of the World Cup. Oh my days. New York, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. What a final this is going to be. Guys, I don't know who's going to win. Sometimes having a lot of stars in your team can kill you. You saw that with the PSG side, you saw that with Real Madrid, and I think you're going to see that with the French side. Portugal is going to win its first World Cup with Ronaldo. Ronaldo will finally get his final goodbye, his dream goodbye with Portugal. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Portugal World Cup champions. Okay. There you go. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the video. Everything. Who wins the World Cup?